Yeah. That'll.
Let's restart that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. G'day, lads. On tonight's show, we're going to be talking all things sports news and
Always, always.
sports related, that sort of stuff. This is going to be our first episode of the Tall and Tubby show, so strap yourselves in because shit's going to get hectic.
Shit's
All
about to
right.
get real, and it is PG-15 because there is going to be some fruity language here and there. So just a trigger warning for all you guys that are watching under 15 years old or are pussies in your real life.
Yep, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start her off then.
I'll get the screen share up and I'll pull up the list analysis.
No, I'm doing that one.
Oh, well, we're both
Yeah.
on.
Uh,
Do you want to just do my one? Because
do my
I'm
one.
I'm recording though, so it'll be easier for me.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's go through it.
So, list analysis. I am not too familiar with the list analysis type of stuff. This is all Nathan's fun and joy. So we'll keep scrolling down here. So we've got a few pictures of some players. Uh, the only player I know in here is Harley Reid. He's a pretty good player
How do
himself.
you not know Scott Pendlebury, mate?
Well, I don't like Collingwood. I think they're Westies, and they cost me $50 this year. So last year
Oh,
actually, 2024. So bloody
yeah.
Steve. Anyway,
All right. All right. So we'll start us off with the we just what's this? Reigning Premier Collingwood is set to enter 2024 season as the oldest and most
most
experienced list, while
experience.
West Coast rebuild is well and truly on.
So West Coast, obviously, they want to rebuild this year because they've had a shit few years on the run.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well,
they they are
so are we, mate. So are we,
yeah,
but
so is North Melbourne. So I mean, yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, with the Pies thing, that comes as a surprise as the oldest and most experienced list.
Not
Um,
really though. They're not all that old. All
I would have
They're not
thought
all
it
that
actually
old.
would have been someone like Richmond.
Well, I would have thought it would have been
Richmond,
Geelong.
Geelong, yeah, you've got your Richmond and your Geelongs, but you've also you don't really think of Collingwood when you come to that top.
Although, when you think about it though, Trent Cotchin and Jack Riewoldt have both retired this year, so or last year.
They have actually, yeah, yep.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, all right, scroll down and we'll have a look at
Another dip.
the Magpies still have veteran Scott Pendlebury, 36, at the start of the season, still side bottom 33, and Jeremy Howe, 33, still playing important roles.
You see,
Um,
I think side bottom's just weird, and it's not because of any of his play style. I just think side bottom is a weird name.
yeah, fair enough. I
Um,
reckon Scott Pendlebury, he will beat Brent Harvey's record, most AFL games played.
I think he will
If
as
there's
well.
if there's if there's anyone that can do it, it'll be him.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
There's not really much interesting on here.
No.
Craig, no one really cares about you, Craig. Sorry, mate.
Craig McRae, mate. Coach of Collingwood.
Yeah, well, no one really cares about him to be honest. Now
See,
we're seeing more West Coast here.
West Coast Westies.
Yeah, well, no one likes the West Coast, just like no one likes the North Melbournes, mate. Oh,
Off, mate.
Essendon enters 2024 as the seventh most experienced list, having been 15th a year ago. That's a big jump for them.
Shit, that's a massive jump.
Jump for them.
Although they have picked over the off season, they have picked two blokes up from North Melbourne that are pretty well experienced, and that including Todd Goldstein, who has played a lot of games at North Melbourne.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Oh, well, there's also a bit of North Melbourne here, Nathan, so I'll let you have
Wow.
that stuff.
North Melbourne lost close to 1,500 games worth of AFL experience at the end of 2023, and the Kangaroos are both the youngest and least experienced list.
I
Well,
think Kangas will have a good go this year.
I reckon we can get 6 wins on the board, finish 15th. I reckon we'll go.
I think that's the start of a good rebuild. I mean, West Coast are probably going to be the same,
Mm.
man. West Coast are going to get
West Coast will be 18th.
like, yeah,
Your bottom two are West Coast Fremantle.
yeah. A bit more
All right,
about Adelaide,
let's get
actually.
into it. All right, we're pretty well getting into the stuff here. So we've got Adelaide. Average age at opening round 2024, we've got 24.1, 14th oldest list. Average games 60.2, 15th most experienced. Most games, Tex Walker. Tex Walker, he's still playing a massive role. Like he's still a huge player, but he'll give it a few more years.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a solid player for him.
He's got a very experienced crew this year, Adelaide, actually.
Yeah, they're not too bad. Like Adelaide, yeah, I reckon they should make top 8 this year. I reckon.
Yeah.
Players with 100 plus games, 8. Players with less than 50 games, 26. Most finals games, again, Tex Walker with 10. And players with finals experience, 6. 6 players on the list.
A little bit of photo with
Daniel Curtin.
That's a good photo, actually. That's a solid photo.
You don't mind that, don't mind that.
No one likes that.
All right, Brizzy. There's the Brownlow medalist right there, looking
No,
out.
no one likes him, mate. Marcus Bontempelli robbed. Robbed.
I reckon Errol Golden got robbed.
Yeah, well, I don't even know who that guy is, so fucking.
He plays for Sydney, mate. He's best player at Sydney.
No one likes Sydney.
But just a bit of controversy here, which I don't know if you call this controversy or not. But how does someone win the league best and fairest and then doesn't win their club best and fairest? How does that work?
I think it was a surprise that he won the Brownlow, but I don't
A
think
huge surprise.
I don't think he was the best performing player in the Brisbane Lions team.
Yeah, although like it was on and off, on and off.
Yeah, he had some
Yeah,
good games and then he had some really shit ones, but the games that he didn't do too well in, he still got a point for, which really helped him in the Brownlow type of stuff. But I think
Yeah.
Brisbane obviously opened up and just went, look, I think our league BNF looks a bit better, and that's going to be.
All right. Well, here we go. Same again. So we got 24.9, equal 4th oldest list. Average games 78.8, 4th most experienced.
It's a good
Dane Zorko, most games at 250 under his belt. Good on him. He played his 250th in the grand final there, actually.
He's got an experienced crew this year.
Players with 100 plus wow. 18. That's massive. And players with less than 50 is 21. Most finals games, we've got Lachie Neale and Charlie Cameron with an equal 19. And players with finals experience, 27 players with finals experience. Although they have just come off a final series, so that does make sense.
I do think Brisbane are in the running for a good year.
I reckon they'll finish top 8, not top 4 though. Here we go, the Blues.
The Blues, the Carlton Blues.
The Navy Blues, the 2024 grand final winners, the premiers. Paddy Cripps is going to take him all the way this year. Back him, Carlton.
183 games under his belt, so I'd hope so.
Yeah. All right, yeah, we've got 24.8 equals 6th oldest list. What do we got? Average games 65.3, 12th most experienced. Most games, Paddy Cripps with 183. Hasn't clocked the 200, but should this year.
He should.
Yes.
And I think Cripper's going to stay for a while. Cripper's good.
Yeah. Players with 100 plus games, 14. Players with less than 50 games, 20. And most finals games, George Hewitt and Zach Williams with 11.
29
players
with final experience.
They have played in the finals, mate.
We are back with a quick intermission.
We're back, yes. We've got a special guest.
Oh, we do.
Rocky Boy.
Another tubby. So it's the tall tubby.
Yep.
But we're coming back from you just finishing the Carlton. So we're moving on to Collingwood, the reigning premiers. Should we skip it?
No.
Right.
Should we do premiers and then?
So we're back with another intermission. Nathan's obviously doing some stupid. Tubbyman's doing some stupid shit. But anyway, we've decided we're going to go through Collingwood, then we're going to go through North Melbourne, then we're going to go through the Bulldogs, and then we're going to move on to our next topic because we've got a few topics to get through tonight.
Yep.
So we'll go with Collingwood, and then we'll move across to the next one.
Yep. All right. So we've got average age at opening round is 25.9, which they have the oldest list this
I
year.
have the oldest, yeah.
Average of games, we've got 92.1, which is most experienced. Most games, Scotty Pendlebury with 383 games,
Fucking
and
hell.
should clock the 400 this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
If he plays 3 more years of AFL footy, he'll beat Brent Harvey's record.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Players with 100 plus games, 14. Players with less than 50 games, 16. Most finals games, Scott Pendlebury, 31. And players with finals experience, we've got 28.
Obviously, they reigning premiers. But
And there's the big men.
fuck the
Oh, boo.
fuck the
Goldstein.
Fremantle,
No,
stuff
we
the
love
Geelongs,
Goldstein.
stuff the Gold Coast, stuff the GWS Giants, stuff the Hawthorns, stuff the Melbournes, the North
And there's the
Melbourne.
North Melbourne. All right. We love North Melbourne.
You can go through North Melbourne, mate.
All right. We have 23.3 with the average age at opening round, with the youngest list. Average games, we've got 49.2 with the least experienced list. Most games, we've got Liam Shields. He's obviously played at Hawthorn most of his career. This is his second year at North Melbourne. Obviously, 3-time premiership Hawthorn player, absolute legend of the game. Yeah, and we've got players with 100 plus games. We've got 8. Players with less than 50 games, 28. Wow. Most finals experience, we've got Liam Shields with 20 finals games under his belt. And players with finals experience, we've got 7.
Jeez. Obviously we're going to see a lot of North Melbourne this year because you're a North Melbourne fan. But it looks like a very, very, very young crew coming into this year, as well as a very, very small amount of average games. So
yeah,
hopefully we see some good stuff coming from these young boys here. Obviously,
we've got Zane Duursma and Colby McKercher there, 2 top 10 draft picks that we've picked up in the AFL draft.
they were good picks.
Yeah, don't mind them 2 boys. I reckon we could get Xavier Duursma from Zane Duursma, I hope, because he'd be a nice pickup for the club.
It would be. Port Adelaide, no one cares. Richmond, no one really cares. St Kilda, no one cares. Sydney, no one cares. West Coast, no one cares. But the Western Bulldogs. I would go through this one.
Yeah, you go through
So
this
if you
one,
can
mate.
tell, I'm a Western Bulldogs fan. Obviously, I'm not a big AFL guy, but I know my things about Western Bulldogs. So I actually don't know who Taylor Duryear is though, so that's going to be something new for me. But average age at opening round is going to be 24.8, which is the equal 6th oldest crew, which is not bad, I guess. Average games is 76.3, again 6th most experienced. Most games not this season, sorry. Most games during Western Bulldogs is Adam Treloar with 231 out of his belt. Players with 100 plus games, we've got 17. And players with less than 50 games is 22. Like I said, I have no idea who Taylor Duryear is, or Duryear. Anyway, he's got the most final games.
Yeah.
Duryear. He's a fucking mum. Anyway, he's got 16 final games. And players with final experience is going to be 24. But that is going to be it for the list analysis. If we want to slowly move into our next topic, which is going to be
returning heads.
The Roos turning heads.
Colby McKercher. This is the most recent video that's come out on Footy Feed in AFL, so
Can
just
you
might do
do
a
that?
little bit of a reaction to that. Yep, certainly can.
Sweet.
When it came to Colby
We
McKercher.
will move to the start and we will let this video play out.
Hi guys, Sarah Ollie here with your Tuesday Footy Feed, coming to you from Arden Street, where
So, again, I have no offense to women at all, but I don't think they should be commentating football at all. I think.
Agreed.
I
Only
think,
women's footy.
I think men should commentate the men's football and females should commentate the female football.
I just want to make this clear as well. I fucking hate Kelly Underwood with a passion.
Oh yeah, no, not good. Anyway, we will.
Absolute tosser.
Yep, 100%. I agree.
it was co-captain Jai Simpkin leading the way and taking out the 2-kilometre time trial, just edging out recruit Dylan Stevens. Now, the co-captain in Simpkin, he was full of praise for the entire playing cohort, saying standards have lifted across the board.
We're all sick of losing week in, week out. So I think it's just another opportunity this year to show that, we can improve and we can be better. Everyone knocked off seconds, 10, 15 seconds off their PBs in the tests that we do. And I think that just shows, where the group's at. They're starting to mature a little bit more, which is good to see.
The Roos midfielder was buoyed by the overall improvement of the group and had high praise for draftee Zane Duursma, but perhaps even more so when it came to Colby McKercher.
You don't see too many first-year draftees come into the club and actually you sit back and watch training and go, holy crap, like he's dominating training out there.
He's had a really strong preseason. Some things he does and the way he moves and the way he's able to deliver the footy, there's probably a reason why you drafted at pick 2.
Jed Adcock, one of a host of new faces when it comes to the coaching lineup under Alistair Clarkson. He spent 20 years at the Lions, now here at Arden Street. He says he's impressed by what he's seen so far.
And I couldn't question the players' attitude so far through the preseason. It's been second to none. And hopefully, I think there is a really strong belief and hope that we can start to push our way back up the ladder.
And in case you missed it, mystery
Hope so.
continues to surround Dogs ruckman Tim English. The All-Australian didn't take part in match simulation yesterday.
Oh,
The club saying a medical issue is keeping English on light duties.
now, obviously we fed into a little bit of Bulldogs there, but our main talking point is going to be the Kangaroos here. So, I think Jed Alcock he's going to be good. I think he's going to be class. I think. How many years did he spend at the Roos? How many years did he spend at the Lions? Did he say
20.
20 years at the Lions, which is good.
Yeah. Massive.
And obviously you got the new player there as well. I think he's looking good, which will be.
Kirch, yeah, he said in his first little press interview he was hanging out with Jai Simpkin a lot at training just to get into the swing of things. Which is really good because he's our captain, obviously, co-captain. And yeah, good to be like learning lessons from him, and it just shows his leadership in the club.
It's good. I think, yeah, I 100% agree. I think the leadership thing is going to be good. What came to a surprise to me just then is Tim English not being able to participate in game simulation. I think that's crazy, but I think the Roos turning heads is a big thing for the Kangaroos, and I think they've got a good year in store.
Hopefully.
So we'll move away from the AFL now. We'll move into a bit of a NFL. So we're going to scoot across from Australia to America for some quality NFL. So obviously it's wild card weekend. Nearly done though. Well, it was.
No, we're done.
Well, it was wildcard weekend. We are filming this on the day that it finished. So yes, other than that,
Yep.
But yeah.
All right. We'll go through the scores now. First, we've got Browns versus Texans. Massive win here. Massive game.
Absolutely crushed.
That's all you can
Not even worth
explain. We're just going to go through the scores here. We're not going to do anything special.
Yeah.
Next, we've got Dolphins versus Chiefs. Now, Kansas City have absolutely dominated
26-7
Dolphins here.
for all you guys just listening in. But one of the closer games in the final series would be Packers and Cowboys.
Packers and Cowboys. Now, the Packers were doing good at the start, but dropped off a bit in the second half.
Did.
But they've done well here because Dallas were like one of the favourites to win the Super Bowl, and now they're out of the finals. So not good for Packers. Not good for them.
48
But
to 32 to the Packers. The Packers took a win in that one, which is good. on
now this next game,
This is
Rams
the game that
versus Lions.
We support the
So-
Rams.
both of us we're both Rams supporters, and you can imagine the upset that was brought to us.
Oh yeah, we were not happy, were we? For all you guys that are just listening in, it is 24 to 23. The Lions took the game home in a very, very, very good game of NFL.
Yeah,
That was one of the better games
I
I've
think
watched.
I think the thing is with the Rams, they're a lot like North Melbourne. In the
Because
fact that
and then they go really
no, in the fact that North Melbourne, when they get in their forward line, they always kick to Nick Larkey, and Rams, when they get close to their touchdown line, they always pass it to Cooper Cup.
useless. Steelers versus the Bills. Bills took this one home, 31 to 17. There's not really much talking points in that game. It was a pretty cruisy game for the Bills. Steelers obviously weren't the favourites to win this one, but I guess they put up a fight considering they were against all odds. But yeah, we'll. Do you want to keep scrolling down here?
Yep.
We've got
And then last game,
the
Eagles
Eagles and
versus
the Buccaneers.
Bucks took this one away.
32 to 9. Buccaneers took that one, and
Yep.
that was a pretty basic game. I mean, Buccaneers and Eagles were pretty close during the whole thing, and then obviously Buccaneers are just fucking, I don't know, they just turned up on the day, I guess.
All right, and our next topic tonight is the David Warner bag of greens.
This is a good one.
Now, you would have seen this. You would have seen this, the video that he put out, saying that so bit of a joke here, but it was serious, but it was a bit of a joke. So he put on his socials that Qantas has made said bag of greens go missing,
It's an error,
whatnot.
is what they're saying.
Anyway, an error. And then Chappelle Corby has commented on that post and said, "Aha, Qantas, I've got a story for you." And for those of you who don't know, she flew Qantas to Bali and then got busted with DRUGS in her bag. Yeah, anyway, the mystery has been resolved, and turns out the bag of greens was found in the hotel.
So pretty much, for me, it's kind of David Warner's done the old, oh fuck, I left my shoes at home. Looks like I'm going to use some new ones. That's what he's done with a baggy green, because he's went out to the Sydney test with a new baggy green, and then someone's gone back to the hotel and gone, oh, that's Davey Warner's baggy green, and then he got to wear obviously his old one for his last game at the SCG, but I still think it's fucking hilarious. I
think it's brilliant.
I think it's brilliant. I think David Warner is, as much as I like him, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good to see that the mystery was resolved.
It's good to see that he
Yeah.
can hang the baggy hang. Sound like an American. Hang the baggy green in honor, which will be good.
All right, now our next story with the Rafael Nadal thing. We've got the headline here says Rafael Nadal criticized for Saudi Arabia tennis promotion. Now, no one really cares about Saudi Arabia except for your little Ronaldo fans.
Weirdos.
Yeah, you little weirdos. Messi's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we've got, would you like to read this, Luke?
I'm not a very good reader, but I will try. Pretty much I'm gonna skim read. So all you people that haven't been to school, skim reading is pretty much just skimming the text and reading the main things. I only learned that today from our teacher Davo, but not today, this year. From our teacher Davo.
Davo.
Didn't like
Davo.
that name, but fuck him. Who cares? Um, so obviously, Rafael Nadal has been named ambassador for the Saudi Arabia Tennis Federation as the Gulf Kingdom aims to host more professional tournaments as a part of a broader sports push. Now, I don't really care about tennis, nor do I care for tennis. Obviously, it's going on a lot right now, and it's going on in the background on my TV. But I the ambassador of Saudi tennis, like that's just like Ronaldo moving from fucking Real Madrid to Saudi Arabia. Like it's just I don't know, I just don't get it. But um, skim reading it here. Sports washing. I'm not too sure what sports washing is, but he's been accused of it, or someone's been accused of it. Um, by using sport to improve its international reputation after widespread criticism for its human rights and environmental record. I cannot read. Nadal has earned 134. Is that Jesus Christ? Is that like $134 million?
Yeah, something like that.
Jesus Christ, in prize money alone over his career. Never mind the follow that page. Never mind
Oh,
tens of
if it'll
million
focus.
in endorsements plus expedition appearances, leaving many to question why he would take money to promote the kingdom. Now, Nathan, do you know much about this topic here? Nathan?
Follow. Drop a follow. No, not really.
So
a
obviously, if any of you guys want
follow.
to talk about tennis more, obviously me and Nathan are gonna have to watch a bit more of it before we move on to that. But I think we move on to one of our probably
The next topic
popular
is
topic, which is the Victorian
last two
Court.
AFL topics.
Yeah.
All right, this one's a little bit irrelevant, but anyway. Next topic, just a small little thing. Anyway, now Ricky Nixon, who once upon a time was one of the biggest voices in the AFL, was a player agent, obviously, and his latest little trick, he did not attend court and didn't call or message or notify of his absence to court, and now a warrant has been put out for his arrest.
I think I don't know how to as the AFL figure takes to social media to slam the decision. So AFL clearly do not like the thought of Ricky Nixon getting a warrant out for his arrest. But I think, Jesus Christ, mate, just attend court or just tell him you're not going to attend court. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, that's exactly
Um,
right.
a 60-year-old was thrust into the headlines on Monday when the magistrate James Henderson issued a warrant for his arrest after he did not appear to Melbourne court over charges laid against him. So again, this 60-year-old man, Ricky Nixon, has decided not to show up to court and has not notified any of the courts about that. He was charged for 10 offences in November last year, following a police investigation alleged sale of fraudulent, commemorative, anything,
Um,
some merchandise.
Commemorative merchandise.
Well,
There's basically 10
10
footballs
footballs, yeah.
signed by Melbourne Demons players from their 2021 premiership win.
Which I think is a good gesture, but fuck. I mean, don't be a dick about it.
Yep.
Um,
All right. Are we ready for the next topic now?
yeah, yeah.
Last topic
Last and final topic.
before we wrap up.
Yes. Before we talk about some of our AFL footy tipping and stuff like that.
Yeah, now this is Kane Corns on Ben Cousins. So the headline here is Kane Corns says it's time for Ben Cousins to be inducted into the AFL Hall of Fame, which I do agree because Ben Cousins was an absolutely amazing footballer.
Now, let's take
back in the day.
quiz at
And
this
let-
18 video. When
wait a sec, just pause it. Obviously, Ben Cousins, he's had some issues in the past with drug related issues, and whatnot. I'm pretty sure he did win a Brownlow.
He did.
He did win he did win a Brownlow. And he also played in 2 grand finals. One was a losing grand final, one was a winning grand final. Both probably 2 of the greatest grand finals in history. 2005, 2006. And they won 2006 by a point. A singular point.
Single point.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, we'll check this
18
video out.
second video out, yes.
Yeah.
Huge game. Hard to know what to make of the Tigers at the moment. I really feel for Jake Hartz, who made a split-second decision in the dying minutes of the game last week. But that's football. You've got to move on. Richmond now, having gone down to the bottom side, have lost 4 games by under 10 points.
Oh, that was the game that North
Yeah.
Melbourne won, the second game, and only 2 games that they won in 2022. I remember I was in Bali for that game.
Of course you were.
Anyway, so we've got the time has come for Ben Cousins to be inducted into the AFL Hall of Fame. That's
in
according
itself,
to the AFL
yeah.
Premiership star turned media personnel Kane Corns. He can talk a lot of shit, that bloke.
Yes.
Cousins was a dominant force on the football field as one of the premier midfields in the game. The former West Coast Eagles captain played 270 games in the AFL, leading the Eagles to the 2006 flag while winning the Brownlow medal in 2005. He has been
Jeez, he had a
eligible
few
for
good years on the
entry
bounce then.
into the Hall of Fame since 2013, but despite a long list of on-field accolades, it's his well-reported checkered off-field behaviour that's delayed the move. Corns, however, says not everyone with the Hall of Fame has a clean history, and the time has come for Cousins to receive the honour. It's time. There are others in the Hall
Half
of
of
Fame.
Queensland is staring down the barrel of a fresh
Turn that shit
cyclone.
off.
Jesus, no one gives a shit, love, honestly. No one cares about
It's-
fucking staring down the barrel, man. Fucking hell.
Tens of
Oh my
thousands of
God, she's
Australian
talking
fans
again.
saying,
She's talking again.
Doing-
Jesus.
Anyway, it's time. There are others in the Hall of Fame who have been checkered history of the field, and it's time. Corns said on SEN Breakfast. The 45-year-old has been on the redemption path since he was released from custody in December 2020, which he's going really good, actually.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at something here, because I've got a funny video that I did have that I liked. Oh, it wasn't funny, but it was a little bit funny.
Little bit funny. Little bit funny.
Anyway.
Talking to me. I'm Ben. Wait, Ben, come for a kick. You talking to me? I'm Ben. Go on then, son. Show us your kick. Fuck me. Wait, Ben! Go for a kick.
Fuck me.
That's what I say when you go to kick a ball, mate. Fuck me.
Fuck off. Anyway, I think that concludes us for today.
Well, our topics for today, we do have a little bit of housekeeping to talk to you guys about.
Why all of a sudden?
What do we
Um,
got?
Are we
I'll go ahead and kick it off. So obviously following all of our socials, we've got our YouTube, which you'll be probably watching this on now, a TikTok page. We've got an Instagram page, and on our Instagram page and our TikTok page, we also have a AFL footy tipping linked. So our AFL footy tipping will take place. So our top, I believe it's top 5 or 3, top 5. I believe the top 5 we're going to follow back on all of our socials. So when we do that, hopefully we're hoping that we'll be bigger by then. So then you guys will want to follow from our social stuff like that. But even if you don't, footy tipping is still fun to get involved in, and it's still fun because obviously we'll be updating the ladders and stuff like that through our socials. So just make sure you try and join that. It's linked in our Instagram and our TikTok, and if you can't find it, just send us a DM. We'll figure it out for you.
Anyway, also, as I showed before, make sure you follow on the TikTok account. When if we get to 150 followers, we're gonna invest in a mic and we're gonna have better quality videos. And we are going to invest in a camera at some stage as well. But stay tuned for that.
And yeah, obviously we're gonna try and fix up this whole podcast thing. Obviously, it's a bit sketchy at the minute. We're trying to sort something out. It'll help us get through this. But the best thing we found so far is this. So obviously, first episode, there's always going to be some iffy jiffies and some fuck ups. But on the strong side of things, I guess, at least we're pumping these out. And we can start getting some funny stuff. And if you guys have any suggestions for anything, just let us know. But other than that, I haven't got much to add.
Yeah. Just make sure you'd like and subscribed and you turn that notification bell on, because the more people we get to do that, the more content we can put out. So, and that just is better for you. So, all right. Have fun and enjoy yourselves. And this is Tall and Tubby out.
Tall and Tubby Gawns. Don't forget to subscribe to the Tall and Tubby podcast.